All right, today we are going to take a look at the AT7. I'm getting very close to being done with this tank. About, we're at 89 and I need 92. So really, I could unlock it now using free XP, but I don't want to do that. So we are really close to having this thing done, though. I mean, I'm right there. So, which means that this tank is going to unfortunately get sold, and I love my AT7. This has been one of my favorite tier 7 tank destroyers by a long shot. A lot of people don't like this thing, but those who have found the groove that you find with it, it becomes quite a tank. And as you've seen from my Lucky's channel, and if you haven't been watching those videos, I suggest you watch the AT7 Lucky's videos, because there's at least 2 that I can think of, maybe 3, quote-unquote, called AT7 Saves the Day. Because this tank is so slow, it's usually one of the last ones around, but it also has a propensity to survive some serious attacks. Now, you have to get a little lucky, too, but because it is vulnerable, because it's so slow. But in general, this tank and I get along very well, and we have been having a fun time together. So let's look at the stats. We have 1,250 hit points. That is extremely high for tier 7. In fact, if we look at like the 152, for example, 870. If we look at the, I've sold most of my tier 7s. I had the T25 AT, but I finally finished that guy and sold him, but I think he was around the same thing, about 800. So, E25, dar, 830. So, yeah. So this guy has about 400 more health. He also has a decent amount of armor. Now, the hull armor is marked at 203. And as you can imagine, if this whole thing really was 203, nobody could beat this tank. I mean, it just, unless they were fast, that would be incredible. But there are spots that are that thick. There's other spots that are weak spots. People often hit me here. Definitely here, here, here. Looking at the profile, you can see that this stuff sticks up pretty high. And so these are very big weak spots. And I get hit here on this one all the time. All the time this gets hit. Obviously, these are weak spots, but not as much. And then, you know, it's 101 on the sides and 101 on the back. You can get penetrated in all these areas. But it does a pretty good job bouncing shots. People really struggle with it, especially if they don't know to shoot this huge shoot-me-here thing. But it is a tank destroyer. So, like the T28 prototype, the regular old American T28, there are some weak spots on here, and there should be. It really should not be impervious, because it is a tank destroyer. It's not supposed to be out in front. But fortunately for you with this thing, you can get into some pretty aggressive play style with this tank. And that means you can push it into positions that you normally wouldn't put a tank destroyer because of that armor. The gun. What the tank destroyer is all about. This gun is basically almost the same as the gun that's on a Tiger. Has more penetration by a long shot and slightly less damage. Good dispersion. Look at the dispersion, 0.31. That's a very accurate gun. Most tanks are around 3.6 or higher, so that's pretty dang accurate. And a very quick 2.1 aiming time, plus a rate of fire of 10. So this thing is like a machine gun. I mean, it's not that fast, but for the amount of damage you do, it's ridiculous how fast this thing fires. I really like it. Now, of course, you have the opposite problem as we move down. We look at the top speed here, 20. Ugh. And it's reverse of 22. That means like... Actually, let me grab it here. Is this better? Nah, there we go. I'm just having fun. Very little gun traverse, side-mounted gun, and not a whole bunch of gun depressions. So you have to really move the tank around to get your shots, and you have to be on pretty level surface to hit. This gun does not depress very far. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. And like I said, the traverse, 26 gun traverse, which means it moves back and forth pretty slowly, and it does not move back and forth much. However, it's enough that you can, you know, park the tank behind a building and just point this out. Kind of like the M3 Lee. People that play the Lee like to do that too. And you can angle just a little bit. So really all that's exposed to your tank is this part right here. Now, you would think that the tracks are going to be very vulnerable. But oddly enough, I don't find people able to track me very often. They will hit my tracks and they'll get damaged, but it's very rare that I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm tracked. Unlike some of the other tanks in the game, these tracks are pretty heavy duty. So to me, at least, they seem to stand up. I don't feel like I'm stuck lots of times being surrounded and tracked at the same time. It just doesn't happen often. So I don't know if it's because they're so wide or so heavy. Who knows? But they seem to hold up pretty well. The view range is 350. Let's take a look at the SU-122 or 152. 330. How about the E25? 360. So it's on par with its compatriots. On Tier 7 also I have the AT-15A, 350. Much less hit points. So, you know, if you liked the AT-8, if you liked the AT-5, I can guarantee that you will love the AT-7. Once again, this has been, I would say, probably my favorite tank destroyer in the game. I just have so much fun ripping people to shreds with this thing. It's ridiculous how much you can do and how many shots it bounces, and it's a fun tank. So if you've been going down the British line and going, oh man, the grinds can be difficult, as you know. Now, thankfully, with this one, as I had stated in my AT-8 review, the AT-8 really has the hardest grind because you have to go through these crappy guns before you actually get the good 17-pounder. But when you come into the AT7, you've already got that 17-pounder unlocked. It's a fairly good gun. And it's not, you know, you also have, let's see, those are the same engines. Let's see, Mark V. Mark V. So you've also got the second engine unlocked. So really all you have to do is this, and then automatically you get this guy. I think you've also got the radio. Let's see. No, these are different radios. So you're going to start with the Mark III. So but when you come in, if you unlock the tracks, you automatically get the second motor, and the second radio, and the third gun. I mean, that's a pretty short grind to unlock these. So, you know, it's a fairly easy tank straight out of the box. But this 20-pounder, the gun with the Type A barrel, that makes all the difference. I mean, really, it becomes a good tank. It goes from a good tank destroyer to an amazing tank destroyer. That gun is just, it's everything on this tank. Well, that's not true. The armor is a lot too, but now because it's so slow, I do run it with a spall liner. You can adjust accordingly. Sometimes I do camo. These guys they're all trained in camo, so I will do camo paint occasionally. But I find myself with this tank really, you know, this is almost wasted, the camo. I don't know. I mean, this has decent camo values, but I feel like I'm in range, in sight more often than not. And I'm absorbing hits for our team, so I don't know. I'll probably paint it once. I don't know. These are really like the last two battles, maybe, or a couple more. Maybe I'll paint it one more time before we take it out for the battles today. But yeah, I think if you like that slow and steady style, this tank is going to be a great fit. Let's take a look at the service record. So here we go. This goes to show everything right here. In fact, I'm going to arrange my tanks by average XP per battle. Now, the SU-152 is extremely high because that was my first battle. So it's right up there with my Tier 8 and 9 tanks as far as experience. My M103, I'm getting 734, and this is 723 per battle. That is really, really high for me. 61% win rate. Maximum destroyed per battle, 6, but I've had a couple of those. In fact, let's see the awards. I've gotten 1 Top Gun, 5 high calibers, I don't know, sniper, some of these other things that you should be getting, 24 sharpshooters, 16 master gunners, a cool-headed, and 3 Spartans. I don't see any steel walls. Oh, no, there's, okay, 5 steel walls. That's kind of a funny one. In a tank destroyer, go figure. So, yeah, like I said, this tank just works for me. It's one of those that has a very high win rate for me. And so let's go ahead and run this guy so you can see it in the field. We're going to do 2 battles, and we'll take what comes. Hopefully we'll get some good ones, but I'm not holding my breath. It's been a very bad weekend. Don't look at my stats on Noob Meter. Oh, my gosh. All right, have fun, guys. See you on the battlefield here. Here we go. All right, the IS and the T-29 are going to have a difficult time with me. They got another AT7. I think I'm going to push where the heavies go. Yeah, but we're on the wrong side of the map for that. That's the only thing that sucks. I'm really... This tank likes being starting on the right side of the map, so over by the number 1 there would have been a better choice, because then when I come around the corners, my tank is, you know, the gun's on the correct side of the tank. That's the only downside with having the gun on the side. I'm sure I can find places to do that, but it's much easier if the tank's on the other side. It starts on the east side of the map, and we're going north. So I'm just going to push up here. And I think I'm probably going to try to help the heavies, though. It looks like our Churchill's beating them. A Boucher. Oh, good, our IS is experiencing 999 lag. That's not going to go over well. Ooh, that was a weird noise. My computer just... He looks like he's using a funky gun. No, that's the 122. Okay. And the clash has begun. Jag Panther's giving me a push. And let's see, should we go? I think we probably should go up this way, because we are really, at this point, since everybody went elsewhere, we're kind of the heavy armor here. What is our heavy doing out in the middle? Oh my gosh. But it looks like their heavies are not over here either, so... and he still wasn't able to... There we go. Oh, Tiger's going to get ripped to shreds. Oh, there goes our Churchill. Gosh. So far, they've lost both of their Tier 4 tanks, and we've lost Tier 4 and a Tier 7. It's just not good. Nope, I'm spotted. SU-122-44.
Ricochet.
Well, he's going to have a hard time with my armor. Goodbye.
Enemy armor destroyed.
Got all kinds of shuffling going on up here. Spotted again. T-29. Well, their team is crumbling, so that's good. But it's not over yet by a long shot. So we have a T-29 coming up the ridge. Let's see if I can... SU-122-44. Alright, so we're going to go after this T-29. Oh, no, 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 Jag Panther, sorry. The T-29 has the crappy gun. Oh, good. And the crappy turret. Oh, good. But I am now exposed to their actions up ahead. Nice miss. Here's where the armor comes in. T-37 probably will not be able to penetrate. These guys are going to start crapping their pants. Well, there goes the tracks. That's what I told you about. And so you can see here the gun depression, even going up. I'm not going to ever be able to hit that T-20. I just can't hit him. So I'm going to go after this dude. Oh, look at our team. What the frick? This is really bad, 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 bad. What can you do? Now I'm on the right side, though, at least. Hopefully I'll be in cover. I don't know exactly where that is, but... Oh, man. Wow. Oh, no! Terrible. That's just terrible. Wow. What a awful place to get tracked. That was artillery.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Yep, I need to get moving here.
Track repaired. Drive on.
We're gonna lose, but well, but you can see. I mean, this is a good example. Here's the IS. having a very difficult time with me.
Bail out. This vehicle has
And the artillery, of course, you being the slow target you are, the artillery is just going to have a field day with you. So, what are you going to do? I can't help stupid. But I had a good game, so there we go. Yeah, so that is the one issue. And, of course, like with any slow tank, you know, the TOG, the other British heavies, you know, that you're always going to be an arty target. So once you get out in the open, it's, you know, you're skunked. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that battle. Let's go ahead and run another one. All right, so here's the results. Not too bad. Of course, you know, no surprise there. I was the top scorer on the team because the rest of our team was absolute crap. Look at all that damage blocked by my armor. 1880. Now with my repairs and stuff, I did only make 2,000 credits. With premium, I would have lost 3,000. That's not normal. This tank usually makes okay money. But, yeah. Good battle for me. The rest of our team was just absolute crap. Scores of 127 in Tier 8. Come on. Okay, next battle, Tier 7. Here we go. Ooh, this is going to be an interesting one. I think I'm going to go into the city. So, the tanks that are going to have... The KV-3 is going to have a hard time with me. The T-29s, if they know where to shoot, should be able to hit. T-43 is going to have a hard time. T-25AT will not have a hard time. Neither will the 25-2 might. We'll see. Yeah, it's funny. A lot of tanks have a hard time hitting you. You know what? Really, the weakness, and of course you saw in the last match, the artillery is where you get into trouble because you just can't. If you're out of cover and you have to, you're in a battle trying to move from one spot to another, and then you get spotted. Dude, yeah, I mean, you're not going to get away. So that really is the biggest weakness of this tank is the artillery. And unfortunately, since the last patch, I don't know, 9.3, it seems like the artillery is back in force. I'm not sure what happened, but, you know, during the summer and stuff, nobody was playing artillery. And now all of a sudden, every match has 2 or 3 artillery in it. And it hasn't been like that for almost a year. So I don't know if it's just like a new group of people that didn't play before, and now we've got enough people in there that they're just, I don't know. It's interesting. And irritating. Oh, spotted. Here it comes. So, you know, you can do your best to jink and try to avoid the artillery, but probably you're going to get hit. See if I can set a trap for this dude if he pulls out. Yeah, I got him. I'm spotted again, but... So we basically have no intel from the field. This is not good. Right, so there he goes. Nope. He's gonna run back. Okay. Yeah, I could hit him, but I wasn't. It was too far away to get a good hit. Whoa, what happened? Okay. Oh my. I hope I'm not having a recording issue because I'm having weird noises. T25-2. This guy better start moving because I reload fast. So if you can imagine the gun that the T25-2 has, but with the rate of fire, the same rate of fire and the same amount of damage, but that does that has like almost 100 more penetration. That's what we're dealing with. Now here's what I told you: the T29s, and he just shot me through the billboard. But good luck me doing the same back, you know. Yeah, back at you, buddy. You want to shoot at me and hit my tracks? Mm-hmm. I think we're gonna lose the city. These guys know where to go, though. They're doing... The KV-3 is, like... What's going on the rest of the map here? I don't want to get too close because I don't want to make my weak spots visible. But I want to get that T25-2 before he can cause any more problems. This is bad. This is not a good... Are you serious? You freaking idiots. Here they go.
Great shot.
I did something to him, but... See, and he's going to have a hard time. But the artillery's going to start raining down, so I need to get out of here fast. I need to get under the shelter of these buildings over here. Yeah, you can't hurt me. Not with your low pen. Nice miss, moron. Come on. Wait for it. If I can keep these guys busy. I mean, seriously, I have all their heavies in the field and we're still losing the city. This is over. I think... I gotta get that KV-3. Good.
Enemy armor is damaged.
You're in trouble now, bucko.
Enemy armor is hit. Critical hit.
He's like, help? Somebody?
Penetration.
Oh, well, there goes the rest of our team. This is not good. We just lost the city in a big way, and I'm going to try to get out of here because I don't want to be in firing range of these guys. I'm getting surrounded.
We're stuck here.
Yeah, I'm going to have to use that. Better back out. You better back out, buddy. Boom.
Enemy is hit.
Yeah, you just realized it too late.
Gotcha.
Maybe we'll save the game again. I don't know. Got a lot going on over at the other side, so the artillery's busy. That's good.
We've damaged them.
These guys are both going to have a hard time.
Penetration.
Yeah, I'm going to finish you off, T-150.
We've damaged them.
You just got to keep moving every time you fire.
Penetration. Got him.
There are those T-29s. There's got to be. There's one out there still. So
Enemy armor is hit.
you better keep running. You better run. Yeah, you better run. I got your number on my tank. You better. You better. This thing's like a bulldog. It's a good thing. See, now here in this situation, I want to back up because so I don't know. Would you say that I saved the day there? Anyway. Yeah, there we go. That's good to the last drop. And that is what I'm talking about with this tank when I say it saves the game. And I would say there, that was pretty close. I mean, you guys agree? If you watch that video, that was what I would consider a save battle. Because we went from everybody collapsing in the city to me killing almost all the tanks, or really damaging heavily a majority of those tanks that came through. So here's the list of damage that I did. Of course, I got another high caliber. Another steel wall, a bruiser, yeah, fire for effect, Got 82 of those. And then shell proof. 3,000 damage. Yeah. 1,150 experience. And I bounced 3,100 damage. I bounced almost as much damage as I caused. And so that's what I'm talking about. This tank in the right positions and stuff. I mean, and I was pretty aggressive there. I wasn't taking a normal tank destroyer stance. But you kind of have to with this tank, because otherwise you'll miss the battle. But yeah, you kind of have to get out in the middle and get protected from artillery. But yeah, and so that's 2 random battles right in a row. You didn't see any editing. You didn't see any of me, trying to play to get a good battle. The first battle wasn't so good, but this battle was great. And I get a lot of those battles with this tank for whatever reason. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I think that this is definitely, and we'll see how the AT-15 is, but this one is definitely worth getting up to. So if you want to get to tier 7 and have a great tier 7 tank destroyer, so when your friends are like, hey, let's go play, you're like, hey man, I got a tank. This is one of those amazing tanks at tier 7. So I hope you enjoyed this review. Be sure to subscribe. Have a great night. I will see you guys around on the battlefield. Bye.